Hey guys, it's Nene here from I'm Just Crafty, and today I want you to just sit back and relax and take a peek at our brand new sublimation sampler kit. I am going to actually be making a couple of projects using some items from our kit, and so we have three different kits. The first kit is for beginners, maybe even for those who've never done sublimation but are interested in it, want to learn a bit more about it, want to maybe test it out before you invest in a new printer and ink and in sublimation materials. And so in this kit, you not only will receive um, some of our sample products to try the sublimation on, but we're going to already send you some sublimation designs printed out on transfer paper that's ready for you to apply them directly to your project. So I want to share with you just a little bit about that for 1 second, and then we will hop right on into our video, to our crafting after dark. All right, so let me stop showing my face because you don't need to see me right now. There we go. And then I can move this laptop over to the side so you can take a peek at our kit. All right, so in our kit, move my little cutie out the way. So in our kit, this is sampler kit number 1. And in this kit, you will receive a keychain. So it'll either be a heart, a circle, or a square. Keychain, you will receive a puzzle, a face mask, a zipper bag, a pet bandana, and a phone case stand. These are all sublimation blanks that you can try out. So here in here is where you will find a keychain. Okay, in this box, it happens to be a heart keychain. Your phone grip or phone stand, you sublimate on this part of it and then you attach it to your phone. You have your pet bandana, or maybe it could be a human bandana if you so choose. Your zippered pouch. This is a small one. Okay. A face mask. And the face mask comes with these little adapters so that you can adjust the straps. This is also the attachment to complete your keychain as well. And your puzzle. It's a 5x7, I believe, are the measurements of the puzzle. And you would just sublimate your picture, your image on there, and it has a little backing so that it holds it in place while you work on it. So I am going to do, I think I'm going to do a zipper bag and a keychain today, depending on, let's see how long that takes. I don't want to make this live too long. So I'm going to put this back in. If you're interested in grabbing a kit, you can get them on our website, justcrafty.com. I will link it down in the description to make it easier for you to find. We also have two other sampler boxes, but we will peek at those another time. All right. So I'm actually going to do this from start to finish, meaning I'm going to create the design first, and then I'm going to use my mini press to go ahead and adhere the design to my blank. So let me start with, I'm actually going to do a circle keychain, and I am going to do I said the zippered pouch, right? Where's my pouch? I thought I had one over here. And this is the bigger pouch, but I don't want to do the bigger one because I just want it to be a one and done. So I'm going to swap out the pouch that's in the bag. Yep. So I'm going to do that. And so whoever orders this kit will get the larger pouch instead. Okay, so the very first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to measure my image. Just so you know, the smaller zipper pouches are 5.9 by 4.7 inches. So I'm going to just double check that with my measuring tape. Yep, so this one is actually a little bit smaller than the 5.9. And the 5.9 is what was quoted on the website where I purchased them from, but because they're, each one may be slightly different. So this is actually, the image size is actually about 5.5 by 4.25. Okay, so for width, so I'm using Canva for my designs. If you've never used Canva, it's a fantastic design platform. It's web-based, and they also have a desktop version. I will leave a link down for you to access it. And if you decide to go pro, there'll also be a link for you to do that. I actually use pro, but for today, I'm just going to use the free version so that you can see what all you can do. And in Canva, this is the home screen, and I'm going to just click custom size. Now, of course, I don't remember what I just said. It was, so for the width, it's 5.5. Oops. And for the length or the height, however you want to do it, if I want it to be fully sublimated, I'm going to say 4.25. Okay, and then click New Design. All right, so now I have that done. Now it's time to get designing. So I'm thinking of a background here, and I think I want to do something with like rainbow. So I'm going to go over here to Elements, and I'm going to just type in rainbow. And these are all the different images that come out. So I could do, if I wanted to do a full background of the rainbow, that's an option. And then maybe put something there. Like I like that. And then let me do, maybe I want to do a heart. And the ones that have the little crown, that means that's the pro version. And I'm going to take my image off so that you can see the full screen. There we go. So like this one says free. See, these are free, but then this one right here says pro. So let's click on the free heart. Okay, I'm going to move it up a little bit. And this heart, you can change it to whatever color you want. So if you don't want it to be red, you can go and click any of these colors. If you want it to be pink, purple, whatever you want. I am going to actually make it a little bit bigger, and I'm going to double it. I'm going to get it in the center. Okay. And then I'm going to click this to duplicate it, and then I'm going to reduce this size down, and I want to make this a different color. Like maybe this one will be white. So it's kind of like a heart outline a little bit for that one. Bring it in just a smidge more. Okay, so now we have the heart done, and then I'm going to add some text. They have some, and these are pro, so if I wanted to see if there's any up there. So like glow is free, coffee please, level up, hello darling is pro. Cheers, sparkle. Okay, I like this sparkle. And let's just say I want to change the sparkle to just be my name. And then I can change the colors. If you want it to be a pink, see what the black looks like. Yep, I'll go with the pink. And anything else that you might want to add, any other elements, um, you can do that. But I like this the way it is, and I'm going to turn on my heat press so that while it's printing, it is getting hot. So then now the next thing that you would do is you would simply, actually, I'm going to duplicate this and I'm going to make just a general one that says, be kind. Oh, it still has my accent over here. I think I'm going to take the effect off of that one. And I want to change this color. And I'm going to go back and look at the hearts again. Let me move this to the side. Let's take the white one off. And let's just see what this looks like. Okay. Let's see what this would look like white. And then let's change the color of our font. Bring it to the front. Right, that beep means that it is ready. I'm thinking this one is a bit busy for that, so I don't know. Maybe I can just find, we can go to elements. Let's go down to more. Let's see what backgrounds they have. That's pretty. There's the blue. See, when I added that scribble heart, it kind of created a focal point. So I'm thinking my background may need to be just like a color or a gradient. What do you guys think? Because I don't want the background to be like too much of a photo. And then we have the drawn in one. That actually is kind of cool. I could also take the heart and reduce the transparency a little bit so that it now blends in. I like the way that looks. Okay, so now I have two. Let me label them so when I download them, I can find it. And the reason why I wanted to do two is that when I put it on the paper, I want to maximize my using of my sublimation paper. So now I'm going to download it. When it's done, it's going to pop up. Okay, let's open it up. I'm going to open these just in my regular preview. That's nice. Okay, so now we're going to go to print. Couple things that you want to know. So preview here. First, I need to choose the correct printer. So this is my sublimation printer, and I have to put do not use because there are other people in my household who connect to my printers. So I want to make sure that they know this is not the one that you use, okay? Choose the sublimation printer. I also want to change the paper size because I have put in paper size. And my layout, I want to do 2 pages per sheet, but I want it to be landscape. Let's see if that is going to affect. When we go back to preview, I want to make sure that it prints to scale at 100%. Okay. And now we're going to go ahead and print those off. And while that is printing, let's go ahead and work on our second design. So I'm going to go back to Canva Home. And this time, because it's a circle, let's go ahead and measure the circle, I believe. So it's a little under 2-inch diameter. Okay. So I am going to do, let's just say 2.5 by 2.5. And the circle is actually pretty easy. I am going to add just a circle in here. And I know that the circle of my design, of my blank, is 2 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and I know now that is a 2-inch circle. Just get it centered there. And this is just to help me keep my design within that area. Okay. So let's say this, I'm going to keep this very simple. I'm thinking that I want to do like a cheetah print. So I'm going to search for cheetah print. Okay, and again, we're going to look for the free images. So that one is free. And you can go up here to filter, and then I thought it would say which one for you to choose, but I wanted to just filter out the free ones. But that's okay. Maybe they show you them to entice you to upgrade to Pro. Okay, so I think that might have been our only free cheetah print. You can also bring in cheetah print from you can upload it from the internet. So let's go over here and I'm going to just search cheetah print background. And because this keychain is just, it's just a keychain. It's not like I'm trying to sell the keychain printed with this to anyone. So I am going to find one. Let's see. That one looks cool. So I'm going to go ahead and right click to save the image. It's going to save. I want to save to my downloads. Okay. And come back over to Canva. And all I have to do, oops, wrong one. Is that it? There we go. All I have to do now is drag it and drop it. Okay. The other thing I could do is if I go back to elements and I want to find the frames. Yep, I could do a circle frame and again get my circle frame to my 2 inches. Okay, let's center that. And make it just a little bit bigger. just so you are sure that it's going to cover. Okay, I'm going to send it to the back. I can now get rid of this one. And there you go. So now once you put the image over the frame, it grabs it and automatically masks and crops it for you. And then all I'm going to do is just add simple text. I'm going to do like hashtag boss mama. Let's change it to white, shows up pretty well. Maybe, we'll see. What if we did like a pink? I can reduce the opacity of that cheetah print just a little bit so that it stands out more. And then I can add like either a shadow. Um, let's pick the font first because it will look different fonts. So again, just like with your fonts, they have the free fonts and then they have the ones that you can get when you upgrade. So I wanted to get a cute script font, but I don't know. Looks like it's trying to charge me for all those. Oh, there we go. Now, Jonathan is a very thin font. Monotone is also pretty. I really like that one. Let's see what happens when we make it bigger. So what we're probably going to have to do is I could do a couple things. I could add a shape behind it, like maybe a little band or something that kind of goes through there. And that can actually run off of the image like that. I think that's cute. Then I would turn this white. I think it looks really good white. And I think that's really cool. Boss Mama. Let's see, what's another thing we could put on your keychain? Let's duplicate this page. And then let's change, I don't know. I'm not good at coming up with phrases. Let's say, hello, beautiful. You can take the hashtag off and just do hello. Hello, cutie. Okay. And then I want to add, let's add a heart. You can do a red heart. See, this heart is not just an image. I'm sorry, it's not just a shape, it's an actual image. And so you can't like change the colors or anything like that on it. But I think the Papa Red like really brings out the picture. So that's in the center. And now let me just center this font. I like that. So now we have two different ones. So let's label them hashtag boss mama. And then the second one is hello cutie. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to download these. Okay. We're going to open it up. Oh, those are cute. Super duper cute. Okay. So now, again, we're going to print. Go to print. And one thing I didn't share with you is you have to mirror or flip your image so that the words are backwards when you print them. So I already have it set up in my printer by default to do that, but I just wanted to make that caveat. Okay, so now I could either do this. Okay, so if I did 9 images per page, as you can see, it changed my scale. And so I wanted it to be at 100% because then that's pretty much the exact size that we need it to be. So I can do that. And then it's going to give me 9 and 9 of each one of those. And then make sure my settings are there, everything is set. And now I'm going to go ahead and print those. And since I'll have extra, when you order your sampler box, you will find this design in. So then you'll be able to take, if you have the circle blank, and you'll be able to take the circle blank and automatically go ahead and press it. Okay, I'm coming. My heat press is telling me, hey, hey, you need to get in there. So let's go ahead and, while this is printing, let's move this out the way. Okay, so see these cut. Now these actually cut a little bit smaller than I wanted. Do you see how it's not exactly the same size as I wanted? But it's okay. So I'm going to save. Actually, we're going to make it work. We are going to make that work because then I can maybe add some other kind of decorations and things to this. So I'm going to just get my knife and go ahead and trim this down. I'm not going to trim it exactly to the image because I want to be able to tape and secure it down. Okay, so we're just kind of cutting that, and I'm lining up my ruler with the image so that it is a straight cut. I learned the hard way when I don't do a straight cut and my design um, prints crooked, and we don't want that. And this will be good to help me really space and center it on the bag. I hope the circles come out right. Yeah, they look like they're going to be okay. Okay, so I'm not going to do, well, yeah, I'll do the Be Kind one as well, just so I'll do one on one side and one on the other so that you can see how they come out. Oops. Okay, so there's one. And if you're new to sublimation and you really want to learn, we're going to be launching our Sublimation 101 course in a couple of weeks. And it's a 6-week course, and each week we're going to do a new project. I'm going to walk you through step by step. I'm going to watch you as you actually do work on the assignment live in our live sessions. And then you'll be able to ask questions. We'll be able to troubleshoot and get things going. So if you're interested, you can check the link to register. It's $19.99. And I'm actually going to, I think, pull out my light box so that I can really get this centered the way that I want to. I should have plugged this up beforehand because where's the cord? Forgive me, I didn't think about it until now. I see it. Nope, that's not the cord. See what happens when you have too many cords. And this is another reason why I think I'm going to end up, here it is, getting the new cordless Cricut Bright Pad because I am overwhelmed with cords in my life. There we go. Okay, so this is just going to help me kind of get this centered on here where I want it to go. And then I have here my heat mat. I don't know, I'm getting a little nervous about the placement, but I think that's fine. I'm going to put down some transfer paper just so that the design won't go through. And then I'm going to place my little Teflon sheet on top of it. Now for the zipper bag, you want to heat it between 170 and 190 Celsius, which is about 338 to 374 Celsius. And what that translates to with your Cricut mini press is just you put it on the third dot, okay? And so the entire image is not going to fit, and I'm going to press for about 40 to 60 seconds. And because this is a little bit bigger, I'm going to have to just kind of hold it in one spot and then move it and then hold it in another spot. Now, if you have the larger heat press, then that would be the best thing to do. I actually do have a bigger one. I'm probably going to get the next size up mini press because these smaller projects, I don't want to have to pull out the huge press. And I really like being able to just reach over into my workspace and grab whatever it is that I need. So that is something to think about. Yeah. So if you are joining me, go ahead and comment where you're from. Comment what type of crafts do you like to do, and let us know if you are new to sublimation, if you are seasoned at sublimation, or if you're just like, I stumbled across this video and have no idea what sublimation is. And I'm super excited that we're going to be hosting a virtual craft connection, which is like a meetup, a craft meetup, but it's virtually. And we're going to focus on some Halloween and some Dia de los Muertos projects. And that's going to be on October 1st. So if you're interested in being a part of that, it runs from 4 to 7 Pacific Standard Time. And at any time you can just come in. And the way that the platform works is that it has virtual tables. So I guess imagine like being in a Zoom breakout room and you're live, on camera or chatting or whatever with other crafters that are, quote unquote, at your table. And so each table is going to be working on a different project. So we have one table that's going to be working on a witch themed door wreath. One table is going to be working on a Dia de los Muertos altar garland. What else is it? Gosh, if you've seen like the Spellbound or like the spooky books, that's a Dollar Tree version of that. Another table is going to be working on that. Another table is going to be working on like Halloween paper crafts. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I will also make sure that that is linked down below for you. I don't know of very many virtual meetups that are happening like that. Oh, this is so cute. Okay, I just want to make sure that I don't have any lines. Okay, you guys ready for the big reveal? Hopefully. Ah, there's one corner that I missed right there, but that's okay. We can try to, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to move this really quick. And let's see if we can line that back up. That is not a big deal. Yep. And it's just this corner right here that, of course, next to the zipper, which is probably why I was like inadvertently avoiding it. Put my Teflon back on and just let it rest. And I have the heat press going flush with the zipper just so that I know I'm in the right area. That came out so nice, you guys. Oh, I can't wait to put this design in the boxes. Now, of course, before I print them, I'm going to make sure that they are the correct size for you guys. So that is the great thing about our boxes, our sampler boxes, is that it will have the transfer already printed on sublimation paper with sublimation ink. So then all you have to do is just get whatever blank that you're going to use, and you can go ahead and just do like I'm doing, apply it. If you don't have a heat press, you have an iron, you go ahead and get your iron and you get it on, you get it put on there. So that came out really, really nice. Let's do the heart and just do it. I'm going to do it on the back side. Okay, let's put this down. Oops. I didn't need the sheet. You see there's no ink on here at all, so I didn't have to worry about it going through. So we don't even have to use that. All right, and this time I'm going to just take my heat press and I'm going to set it in the center, because remember my image, I had a lot of extra space that I left around my image. So I'm going to just put this in the center and I'll just gently slide and rotate it. And again, for the zippered pouch, you'll also receive in the kit, I have the heat press, like a heat press guide for each of the items in there. So for the zippered bag, again, you want to set your temperature at 170 to 190 degrees Celsius, 338 to 374 degrees Fahrenheit. And you want to let it press for 40 to 60 seconds, 40 to 60 seconds. And this one definitely has a more brighter color because remember this had the rainbow background. So we are going to take a look at that. For those of you that are creating your own sublimation designs, you definitely want to make sure that you make the design a little bit bigger. If you're going to do a full design, like a full bleed design or an all over print, you want to definitely make sure that you make the design a little bit larger than the image that you are sublimating on, to ensure that it's going to get every area, okay? And don't forget my little over here by the zipper where we forgot last time. And I'm going to get that down. And as you can see, it doesn't take very long to do this. I mean, I've been on the live for about 39 minutes, but it takes a little bit longer when you're kind of talking and explaining things. So here is that image. It's cool. Look at that. So we've got our two-sided, our double-sided zipper pouch. On one side it says, oh, look at that. It did go through. See what happens? I should have stayed with my first mind, but it's okay. I will, if I apply heat, it will fade and go away. But now I definitely have to put my paper down because it will then come on anything else that I heat press. So I'll clean that. I will clean that off. See what happens when I get ahead of myself. So this is our zippered pouch blank that is inside the sublimation box number 1, sampler box 1. Now let's go ahead and move on to our keychain. So When you first look at it, you're like, oh, that looks very dull. And it's not actually, it's just the ink will brighten once you get it onto your blank. So I'm going to cut this out. I'm going to just cut out one of each. And this time I'm actually going to use heat tape to help keep it in place, okay? The other thing is this is called MDF. I forget what MDF stands for, but it's a type of wood that is created. It's kind of like recycled particle board, and it actually has a protective film coating on it. So you have to make sure that you remove that. Otherwise, if you try to sublimate on the plastic, your image is not going to come out correctly. And yes, I know this because I did it when I first got it. So have that. Get that extra residue off. So the keychain is going to go in here. So I want to make sure that my image is centered on here. Okay. And then when I have this, I'm actually going to just go ahead and trim it a little bit more now because I see where it's going to be. Okay. So here's my image. And make sure that it's centered. And then I'm going to just grab some heat tape so that it holds in place. Okay, I found this heat tape off Amazon. I usually use Cricut brand heat tape just because I really like the way that it works, but for some reason it is not over here. So I'm going to just use this to, because this is brand new, get it started. And I am just going to put it like this down on here. Trim it. Carefully pick it up, keeping everything in place. And then I'm going to just kind of roll it over. Okay, this is just to secure it so that it doesn't, slip or slide. It doesn't have to be super tight. Okay, so that is on there. And get this little thing off. Okay. And I have my Teflon sheet. And Teflon is just to help distribute the heat evenly on your surface. So I have that. And for this one, the keychain temperature 385, time 30 to 45 seconds with a medium pressure. Okay, so it's here. And it's actually big enough that I think I can just do it on. And then I'm going to just count to myself for 35, 45 seconds. All right, that's 40 seconds. I'm going to take a little peek. before I peel. That looks good. It's hot, so you want to be careful as you remove it. And you can just peel it back. Okay, so what happens here, if you see there's like a little bit of ghosting there, it could be two reasons. It could be one, that it wasn't secure enough, tight enough to the blank, or two, that we did it for too long. Okay, so we're going to do the back side and we're going to try it different. So if I want to secure it more tightly to this blank, what I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to trim it down a little bit more, and then I'm going to use a little bit more heat tape to make sure that it is tight. And then I'm going to do it just for 30 seconds, and then we'll take a look at it. Because this other one, we did it for 40 seconds. So we're going to do it for 30 seconds. Okay. And 385, yep, it's still the high setting for the mini press. Okay. And this is another reason why it's good to do like a sampler pack too, because you can kind of try, like do a lot of trial and error before you go and order like a large number. You can test out the quality of the particular blanks, or maybe you just don't, you realize like, this is not, I don't want to do this one. And then you're not stuck with an entire like pack of them. So you just get your little sampler and can go there. You can also, if you want to, just order like maybe a couple of keychains to try. Because I believe when we purchased them, we had to buy like, it was 36 of them. I'm like, I don't know. Okay, so we have some tape. We're going to do the same thing. I'm going to lay this down. See where the hole is. And I want to line it up. Okay. And if you want to, you don't even have to do double-sided keychains either. So if you're going to be making these and selling them, maybe you don't do double-sided. You just do one side. But I just wanted to show you guys the different designs. Okay, so now I have it picked up. Oops. Let's just do it this way, and let's just pull it on around. Okay. And just pull it tight. That's why my Cricut tape is much wider, and I know that I would be able to get a good secure fit, but it's okay. We're going to work this out. Right? So here we go. Let's try this one again. I'm going to just count. I said I'm going to do it for 30 seconds. All right, so that was 30 seconds. Let it cool just a little bit so I don't burn my fingers. And let me take a peek. So the edges look good, but of course the edges, that wasn't the problem last time. Yeah, there's still a little ghosting. So, and then the other thing, I definitely have to find my Cricut tape. So let's try, now that we still see it, let's try it for a little bit longer. And then we'll be able to troubleshoot, like, is it from, and I also could not be putting enough pressure. That could definitely be another thing. I was kind of tentative to it. So we will see. Okay, machine's about to cut off. Yep, that's what it was. Look at that. Beautiful. Oh yeah, there's a little bit right here by the Bossa Mama, but I'm gonna just see if we can get that. If not, it's slight, very slight. Another way to get around it is that if you just don't use dark colors. So that one came out really good. And then to just finish off the keychain, go into my little accessory pack and get the attachment. Oh, it's still a little hot, but so there you go. We have our keychain and we have our zipper pouch. How cute is that? So these are just two of the blanks that come inside of our um, Sublimation Sampler pack number 1. There's 3 different kits. Okay, so again, you get the zippered pouch. This is a larger one. You get your pet bandana, which we're going to do tomorrow. You get your keychain. This one is the heart, but the one we did today was the circle. You get your phone stand. Again, you saw how we did the circle for the keychain. You would do the phone stand the exact same way. Again, there's a film on here, so you want to peel that protective film off before you sublimate. And it's just a smaller circle, so you would make sure that your image is smaller. You receive your mask, and it has your adjustable straps, and then you receive your puzzle. And so tomorrow we are going to do, I think tomorrow we'll do the puzzle and the bandana because they're larger, and the face mask. Yeah, we'll do those. So I won't do the whole designing part in Canva because you saw that today. It's the same process. You would just change your dimensions for the image, but I will just show you what the design is on the paper, and then we'll go ahead and just press them really quick. So it will be uh, a shorter video because the designs are already ready, but we're going to do 3 projects instead of 2. All right, so that's it, you guys. Again, if you're interested in ordering your sublimation box, you can go to imjustcrafty.com and look for our U-Kits. I'm sorry, and after that, you'll be ready to just start your journey onto this exciting world. The sky is the limit. If you want to check out, I did a live yesterday that showed all the different things that you can sublimate, and I'll put the link to that video down below. All right, guys, thanks for joining, and I will see you tomorrow.